Hello, everyone. It's Pastor Philip Burns here, Relentless Ministry Network. And just wanted to come on and give you a little video for you. It's Ministers, Finances, and Taxes. It's one of the dreaded conversations that we have to have every year, one of the dreaded things we have to do every year, and that is filing our income taxes and such. A lot of ministers do not realize exactly how to do certain things in ministry, such as how do we handle love offerings and honorariums, how do we handle product sales, salaries, taxes, housing allowance, what is housing allowance. So because they don't know this, a lot of times we don't know, so we just don't do anything. But there is IRS regulations, and you can look at most of this on the irs.gov website. You can also go to churchtaxandlaw.com, I believe. Let me look right here. Churchtaxandlaw.com will also give you information that you need. Of course, you can talk to your local tax preparer as well. So, love offerings and honorariums. What do we do? How do we manage these things? What do we do here? Well, first of all, these monies are collected and given by a church to you when you minister at their church. They're considered taxable income according to the IRS. Anytime you receive $600, you must file the income on your taxes. And yes, that will be using Form 1099. That will be a self-employment contract labor type deal. It really doesn't matter if they give you cash check, if they pay you on Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, whatever the form is. All of these sources, as far as your digital giving in your banks and such, they do report to the IRS. So you're responsible for filing your taxes on all of those. Anytime $600, you have to file taxes. So love offerings and honorariums, you need to keep a real good record of all of that so that you can file accordingly. Sometimes churches will actually have you fill out a W-2, and they will require you to give them the information so that they can 1099 you at the end of the year. And you'll need to do that, adhere to that, please, so that you can keep yourself and the church can keep themselves in good standing with the IRS. It's very important that we use wisdom and that we have financial integrity. Product sales. What do I do with product sales? It's my product. I made the product. I wrote the book. I recorded the CD. I custom made the T-shirts, the hats, whatever, the jewelry, whatever it is. Okay, any product you sell for your ministry is taxable income. Again, it is taxable income. It has to be filed on your taxes as taxable income as sales. Okay, and so there's a sales tax that goes with that. Now, what about if I'm on salary from my church? I can go two ways here. If you're on salary from your church can say you are an employee, and you will get a W-2 that you fill out on your hire date, and you will get a W-4. You'll fill out a W-4, get a W-2 at the end of the year saying this is your earnings, this is what you paid in, and so you'll file that just like you would with any other employer. However, if your church says you're not an employee of the church, but you are in a salary position, what they're saying is that you're self-employed, really. You're contract labor. They're going to pay you a salary. They're not going to take any taxes or anything out of your wages. They're going to give you your check at the end of the week, and you're going to be responsible for filing a Form 1099 with the IRS, which is a self-employment form for your taxes, okay? And so you'll have to do this. So you're either a 1099 or you're a W-2 when it comes to a salary minister, whether you're a pastor, worship pastor, outreach pastor, youth pastor, whatever, janitor, whatever. If you get a check from the church, then you are going to be listed under either an employee or contract labor, okay? So it's going to be a 1099 for contract laborers, self-employees, or it's going to be a W-2 for those that are employees of the church. Minister taxes is really a hot topic in ministry. Some preachers do not file at all, which is illegal, and some ministers file traceable income only. So when I say traceable income only, I'm talking about checks, digital giving, credit cards, debit cards, cash apps, cashier's checks, whatever, stuff that banks are actually holding and giving to you. You're giving through a bank. So a lot of people file only on traceable income, and the cash, they just stick it in their pocket and they don't worry about it. Guess what? That's illegal also. Ministers must file income and product sales, all of it, on their taxes in order to be compliant with the IRS and with the Bible. Remember, the Bible tells us to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and to render unto God that which is God's. So we got to do this to keep up our financial integrity, keep up our godly integrity. Now, another hot topic is housing allowance. This is for salaried pastors. So what happens is whenever you are a lead pastor, senior pastor at a church, the board of directors can state in the minutes that they want to use a portion of your salary, and they want that to be considered a housing allowance, which is for you to pay, light bill, mortgage, stuff just for your housing. And so it's not taxable income. So a portion of what they give you each month can be considered non-taxable income, can be considered housing allowance, okay? And now the government is very strict about the housing allowance. They're usually fighting it every year. There's usually changes to it about every year. We have to look every year to make sure that we're not missing anything, that nothing has changed since the previous year, because they're always messing with housing allowance. But you can claim so much housing allowance and it'd be non-taxable income. And so you would only pay taxes on what is considered your base salary there. So you can find out that information at irs.gov or at churchtaxandlaw.com. And I implore you to please check those resources out and talk to somebody about that, because you want to make sure that you're doing everything to the utmost, biblically and correctly. We sure don't want pastors and ministers going to jail because they're not handling their finances right. And it can happen. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to shoot us a message. We'll give you the best answers that we can. We'll even do some research for you. If we don't know the answer, we'll get on with a professional and find out the answer for you and send that to you. So thank you so much for watching the video. Pray that you have a blessed day. Have a good year.